How does Ayurveda look at diabetes? Because it's a very common disease.
Diabetes doesn't happen in one day. It gives a lot of warnings. 20 pre-diabetes signs are there which are mentioned in Ayurveda. 20. This Gymnema sylvestre is also very popular in India in Ayurveda.
Is there a simple recommendation regarding food, herbs, and maybe lifestyle that you could give?
You see people who have lived 100 years, you will have situations, you will have circumstances, but how you tackle it, how you come out of it. Every individual is unique. So this uniqueness or holistic approach is mentioned only in Ayurveda, that you are a different person, your body is different type, your digestive system is different type, and doing self-massage can also help Vata. So these are certain changes you can do. And Pitta, which is fire, aggravates by drinking alcohol.
So I think it would be really interesting if we could show people how Ayurveda looks at a very common disease. So let's say diabetes. People look at it as just this typical disease of older people, and it has very unpleasant symptoms. People they cannot eat any sweets, they have to shoot insulin till the day they die. They're losing eyesight typically and have trouble with their feet.
Yeah.
What does Ayurveda say?
Well, Ayurveda says diabetes does not happen in one day. It gives a lot of warnings. About 20 pre-diabetes signs are there which are mentioned in Ayurveda. 20, not one, not two. So 20 pre-diabetic signs are there which the patients, they can learn themselves if they study Ayurveda or if they know something about Ayurveda. The mouth becomes sticky, the urine becomes sticky. These are and the body feels tired. Such symptoms, the body feels heavy, you feel lethargic, and your stomach sometimes feel more bloated, and there is heaviness and tiredness and fatigued feeling. And these are the pre-diabetic symptoms mentioned in Ayurveda. And there are many more. When you feel more thirsty, when you feel more hungry, then you go to the washroom to pass the urine again and again, and the urine is also sticky and smelly, and there are some ants or insects coming on your urine. So these are the other, and the change in or consistency in your urine. Such symptoms or prodromal signs you can observe. So diabetes is not a modern disease. It is also there since ancient times. It was mentioned in Ayurveda as Madhumeha, and people who were eating heavy, cheesy, greasy foods, a lot of new grains. New grains means when consuming a lot of bread, lot of flour, white flour, lot of rice, lot of sugar, lot of sweets, and lot of yogurt. Yogurt also, because yogurt is also heavy and cheesy and greasy. So when you are consuming too much food and you are not exercising, it is mentioned in ancient text also, if you are not exercising, you may get this diabetes. And if you are consuming a lot of sugary foods made from, in ancient times there were sugarcane juices. People were consuming juices and syrups made from sugarcane. What we are doing now, we are consuming sugar which are coming from sugarcane. So such things, they led to diabetes, not exercising, and also stress. So if you want to solve the problem of diabetes, you have to adopt Ayurvedic ways of living, exercising, getting in touch with the natural forces like sun and the moon. Means you have to improve your circadian rhythm. If you are not sleeping, if you are stressful, then of course your cortisol levels will always rise, and then you will have diabetes which is not controllable. If you are in stress, how the sugar will be in control? So stress is also very important to be controlled in diabetes. And also if you are consuming sugar, immediately the pancreatic beta cells, they release insulin in the body. If you consume more sugar, more insulin, more sugar, more insulin, and your body needs more insulin. The beta cells, they burn out, they die, and they are tired of this thing. So you have to stop consuming such sugar releasing foods and start burning them by exercising and replacing the sugar fruits with sugar rich food with the natural lentils or some vegetables and salads and so on. So it can be. Moreover, Ayurveda also recommends the use of some spices or some herbs, some plants like fenugreek. Fenugreek is commonly available. It is very useful. The curcumin is also very useful. Ashwagandha is good for the nerves, for these feet problem, the peripheral neuropathy. This Amlaki Rasayan is very good for the eyes, for improving. It's full of natural vitamin C. So Amlaki can be used. This turmeric can be used. This black cumin seeds, they can be used. We have many supplements also. And gymnema, which is called gudmar or killing the sugar. This Gymnema sylvestre is also very popular in India in Ayurveda. So this Gymnema sylvestre is useful in keeping it in control. So if you want to keep your sugar control, you have to learn how to live in way of Ayurveda.
So you were talking about somebody who already has a disease and how they can treat it, something we perceive as a chronic, incurable disease. So, but what would you recommend to somebody who doesn't yet have these symptoms or diseases, but would like to prevent them? Is there a simple recommendation regarding food, herbs, and maybe lifestyle that you could give?
Yes, Ayurveda believes in balance of these universal energies which are present in ourselves, these Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So Ayurveda says these 5 elements are there: earth, water, fire, air, and space. So these 5 elements, they are represented by the 3 energies Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So when Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they are in imbalance because of the food, because of the lifestyle, because of lack of sleep, because of seasons, because of our emotions. These imbalances, they create the diseases. So these diseases, they are not coming immediately. They are basically coming after lot of mistakes you are doing in your life, in your food and in your lifestyle. So they can be prevented just by following these natural circadian rhythms, bringing your life in tune with nature. So if you are living naturally, you see people who have lived 100 years, you listen to the interviews of those people who have lived 100 years. They were not doing something extraordinary. They were also, they lived their life comfortably, without stress, but they knew how to manage the stress. Stress is part of life. You will have situations, you will have circumstances, but how you tackle it, how you come out of it. The food is always there. You have to decide which food you should consume, how much you should consume, and what is suitable for your prakriti. Your prakriti is different than somebody else. So some foods they suit you, some foods they don't suit you. So Ayurveda says eat according to your constitution. Every individual is unique. So this uniqueness or holistic approach is mentioned only in Ayurveda, that you are a different person, your body is different type, your digestive system is different type, your mind is different type, according to your prakriti, which prakriti cannot be changed. It is decided at the time of the birth. So according to your prakriti, you should learn how to live. You can be made from fire element, you can be made from earth element, you can be made from water element, there can be more air element in your body. So if you know what these elements can mean and how they can be balanced with the food, lifestyle and thoughts, then you will not fall sick. Then you will learn how to balance them. Like you learn how to develop software, like you learn how to count the money, and like you learn how to cook food. Similarly, you can learn how to balance these doshas. For example, Vata is imbalanced by too much thinking, by long travels, by late night sleep, by eating dry food, by eating junk food, by eating cold food, or by drinking cold drinks. So if these you are doing regularly, the Vata or the air element in your body will disturbed, and that can lead to a lot of health problems like diabetes, blood pressure, uncontrolled situations, and panic, stress, anxiety also. So Vata can be controlled by doing the opposite things, by not traveling at night time. Very simple things. You can avoid travel at night time. You can avoid long travel by taking breaks. You should, if you sleep in time and get up in time, you can finish your work early in the morning rather than late at night. So, and doing self massage can also help Vata. So these are certain changes you can do. And Pitta, which is fire, aggravates by drinking alcohol, by smoking, by consuming spicy things, sour things. Too much sour every day can burn your stomach lining, can burn your esophageal lining. So smoking, drinking, and sour things, spicy things can increase fire. So if there is increased fire, what you will have? You will have gastric ulcers, you will have anger, you will have more emotional imbalances. So these pungent things you can reduce, and you can drink pumpkin soup or some coconut water, something like that, or plain water, and also reduce coffee, which is heating. And similarly, if you are consuming heavy food like a lot of milk products, dairy products, heavy meats, especially this halushki in Slovakia. So these heavy meats or heavy foods, they increase the kapha. So if kapha is increased, earth and water is increased, you can have hypothyroidism, you can have diabetes, you can have obesity, certain and low metabolism. So these imbalances of vata, pitta, kapha, they are the root causes of diseases. So if you know what is increasing what is influencing which dosha, then you can yourself balance them.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much. www.planetayurveda.com पर जाएं और वहाँ पे हमारे जो कंसल्टेंट्स हैं पूरे वर्ल्ड से हमारे पास पेशेंट्स जो है कंसल्ट करते हैं आयुर्वेद के रिलेटेड। हमारे एमडी आयुर्वेदा डॉक्टर्स हैं जो कि व्हाट्सएप वीडियो कंसल्टेशन के थ्रू आपको कंसल्टेशन देते हैं और आप ऑनलाइन अपॉइंटमेंट बुक कर सकते हैं और अपने जो फ्रेंड्स हैं, जो फैमिली के लोग हैं, उनको आप बता सकते हैं।